Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to another Division 2 video. It's Wednesday and we're gonna check out the normal vendor reset today as well. So now I will show you the normal vendor reset, flying through there, showing you all what I would buy or what the best buys is in my humble opinion. And then a little bit later, I will show you Cassie and Danny in a separate video. But without further ado, let's dive right in and show you the first vendor with Countdown. Starting with the Countdown vendor, the Mozambique Special, the Combustor and the Ikim's Longstick are for sale here. Ikim's Longstick comes with Perfect Ranger. The Combustor of course comes with Perfectly Explosive Delivery. And then we have the Mozambique Special with the Perfect Bread Basket. And then at the White House we have the named item over here, and that's the swap chain. It's the SMG with Perfect Unwavering on there, and that's pretty much everything over here. It is not worth it in my humble opinion, so let's jump over to the clan vendor and see what they have in store for us this week. And there we are at the clan vendor. The Grudge is for sale here, maxed out health damage, and of course comes with Perfect Vindictive. The rest isn't really worth it. You could maybe go for this little piece over here, the holster of Araldi, because it already comes with 12.7% weapon damage, 7.8% headshot damage, so you only have to roll it half away. For example, for some weapon handling, you have a great holster for your marksman rifle build. But that's pretty much everything at the clan vendor. Let's jump over. And there we are at the campus. It is not worth traveling to this. Maybe you want to pick up the Tabula Rasa. This is the named item that is for sale here with the Perfect Steady-Handed, the named LMG. But the rest isn't really worth it, so just skip over it if you don't need a Tabula Rasa. And let's jump over to our next one. And there we are at the theater. The named item over here is the Culebra. Named shotgun comes with Perfect Jazz Hands, and that's pretty much it. Maybe if you're just new to the game or coming back to the game, you want to pick up the knee pads of Providence because it already comes with crit chance and crit damage on there. It still sets you back in optimizations, but if you can't find it, you can pick it up at the theater. And the rest isn't really worth it in my humble opinion, so let's jump over to the next one. And there we are at the castle. The named item over here is the new reliable named LMG, of course, comes with Perfectly Optimized. And unfortunately, again, that's the only thing you might want to pick up for your expertise system or getting everything up to proficient levels. And there we are at DZ East, our first DZ. The Commando is for sale here, named marksman rifle coming with Perfectly Naked, and that's pretty much everything in my humble opinion. Just skip over the rest. Don't go over to the DZs, it is way too expensive. Hopefully the other ones have some better stuff. And there we are, DZ South, and look at that, the gift is back. This is the named Providence backpack with Perfect Vigilance, but unfortunately it comes with armor regeneration, skill damage, and then of course weapon damage. So it is a rainbow roll. If you have a great idea about armor regeneration on the gift or even skill damage, then definitely pick it up. But overall, it's not really worth picking up. I would wait until there is another one, or that you maybe get it out of the DZ itself or a named cache. And that's kind of the same for the rest. I hope you can get it from a named cache or from anywhere else, because it's not really worth picking up. We just went over the Vector. That might be an interesting thing to pick up. Let's scroll back real quick, because this already comes with damage your target out of cover. It is not the hardest hitting Vector out there, but it is the Vector with the long under rails. So you can put your linked laser pointer on there and play with Spotter. The other Vector isn't possible to add that to it. So this is already with damage your target out of cover, and as y'all know, change that talent around and optimize the rest. So you can just change a new talent whenever a better talent comes out with seasons. There are no attributes that come out with seasons, but there are talents. That's pretty much it for DZ South. A little bit longer on DZ. So let's jump over to DZ West. And there we are, DZ West, last DZ. The named item over here is the Baker's Dozen. This is of course the named M1A with perfect a lucky shot. And next to that you maybe want to pick up the 1886 because it already comes with damage you target out of cover. Pretty decent rolled in attributes, and if you don't want to change that talent, it already comes with Determined. And this is a great talent to run around with, especially with that 1886. It's kinda fun. So pick this one up if you don't have it yet, and the rest, again, it is not really worth it in my humble opinion, at least not for the DZ credits. You can get a lot of things pretty easy in the open world. And there we are, first vendor in New York. The named item over here is the Prophet. It is the named handgun with perfect Determined on there. And then next to that you maybe want to pick up these gloves of Petrov if you're new to the game or coming back to the game and you can't find the full red version. This already comes with critical hit chance and damage on there. Again, it probably sets you back a little bit in optimizations, but this is more for the returning or newer players. And the rest, again, it is not really worth it to go to New York. And there we are in New York, the last vendor with Roy, and there is a pretty nice GR9 for sale, with damage you target out of cover already on there as a core attribute, maxed out LMG damage, and then 5% damage to armor as well. So then you can roll that talent away for whatever you think is necessary, change it into a universal piece, optimize the rest, and you have a great GR9. Although I've been told that the third attribute on the LMGs might be better for critical hit chance or even fire rate. But the damage to armor is still multiplicative damage, so this will definitely help you out. Same as for the classic M1A, comes with maxed out damage to target out of cover. The other core attributes are a little bit low, so yes, it's gonna set you back in optimizations, but again, like I told you multiple times, change that around for that talent, so you can always change that talent around and you don't have to farm for a new classic M1A if a new talent comes around the corner, and you can just roll it over it. Yes, it's gonna set you back in optimizations, but it's definitely worth it. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. The rest, in my humble opinion, is not really worth it, and it wasn't really a great week this week, but that is of course my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below if you saw a few pieces that would help you out with the build. Are you picking up that M1A? Are you picking up that GR9? What are you going for? I would love to hear your opinion down in the comments. But that's pretty much it for me. Thank you very much for sticking until the end. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like the video if it helped you out in any way or form. Or of course if you liked the video. And or if you're new here and you want to be updated about the Division 2, the Division Universe and the future Division 3. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And I will see you in the next one. PurePrime out.